Okay, so here we are at the front door of the Dayton House. Welcome to the Dayton House.
Okay.
So, this is the living room. It's really a nice sized living room. And right over on this side, I think I'm going to do something like a little corner place where you have your like the coat tree with maybe a little bench here, something like that, so people can come and just hang up their coats.
Right.
We'll
just view a couple things here. Like, we had the door installed. This used to be a solid wall with a window. That window there. Mm-hmm. So we had them cut this out, install the door, and then this door trim that you see is modeled after a friend of ours, the Wolfels. Our friend John is a woodworker. He made trim for his house before he moved that looked like this. So we loved it so much we duplicated it in here.
Well, I don't think it's exactly. I got this from a picture.
Well,
it's
yes,
it's something like it.
It's very similar.
We loved that.
You have like the piece up top that's thicker than the sides.
Yes.
And the layered look up top. His was rounded though. He had rounded corners. They were, ours aren't like that, but it reminds me of the design, and I'll just say it inspired us.
Now, wait, I just want to mention the door before you go off. So we're looking for a door, and this is a solid wood door. We went to Lowe's, I think it was. We're looking at doors, and we found this door in there. It was just a slab, which is really what we only needed. We didn't need to have the whole jam with it because we can get Josie to make that. But this door was like, what, $160 or 100 and something, very inexpensive. And so we had Josie stain it, which will probably have the color changed to match more of what we have in here now. So we're not sure, but beautiful, solid door. Josie made the jam and everything that goes with it, and he did such a beautiful job. Joe installed everything.
Well,
beautiful job. And we have this key lock, so we have, where you can program it. So for the Airbnb, it's great. It's also Wi-Fi, hooked up to Wi-Fi,
right, so
that we could just do it from home.
Yep.
And switch it out when people come.
I'm just going to do a little side story. This slab was in among the pine doors.
That's right.
They had a whole bunch of them. And I'm looking at this door and thinking, this looks different than the pine doors. Not only that, but when I pulled it out from the slot, it was like twice as heavy.
Yes.
So it's not pine at all.
Oh, this is not. This is hemlock. Is it hemlock?
Yeah. It's a hemlock door that we think was misplaced. Somebody just...
Oh, remember? And
there was nothing on there. No
but
identifying.
They couldn't even find it in the system.
Right.
They think somebody might have returned it and returned it to the wrong store. I don't know. We don't know. They didn't know. It was a mystery.
Long story short, we got it for the price of a pine door. It was less than $200.
Crazy.
So that was a blessing. Anyway, so let's move on.
You want to do this? You want to do the bathroom, the powder room?
Sure. This is our little powder room. You have to
where's
plug
the
that
light?
in the wall.
Oh, okay. So
when I say little, this is not much bigger than a closet, this powder room. But our former tenant, who happens to be Lisa's cousin, Debbie, had a little tiny sink installed in here. Of course, there was a toilet over here with a little spigot. It was cute, but everything else really needed refurbishing. So we pretty much had them strip out the whole entire room. This ceiling used to come pretty much straight across. We had them cut this out to create more room in here. We had to move the flange over so the toilet.
Yes.
So the occupier of the toilet would not have his legs up against the vanity. So. Right. A fair amount of thought went into this little room, yes.
And one of the most important things that we did in here was we added a fan. If we didn't add a fan, it may not be counted as a powder room, as a half a bath, because it's code to have a fan in a bathroom that does not have a window.
And look, it works.
Yeah, it actually works. And I'm not even sure if they're requiring that now, even if you have a window. So I think that may have changed, but don't quote me on it.
And then we had, Joe just finished putting this door on.
Is that a new door?
I think it's the original door, and I think he painted it.
Wow, it looks new. Really does.
It might be new.
Did we get a new one? I don't even remember.
I can't tell, but
we have bought so many materials, we can't even remember what we bought.
It's true. But he did all the trim around this, and when I tell you this used to look like an eyesore, just take my word for it.
Yes.
It just wasn't, as Joe would say, it just wasn't a room that you wanted to go into. Now you do. So obviously we're getting close to the finishing stages.
Oh, and did you mention the
No,
nickel gap? The nickel gap that's part of what we had on the front porch, which we'll show. And that was just extra that we had the nickel gap straight back there behind the toilet. So we really like that.
We're showing you stuff so you can have some ideas. Maybe hey, we're open to ideas. If you see something that you think would be a good idea,
let us know.
Believe me, we're all ears, because so many people have given us, even off the cuff, like remarks, and we'll go with it and we'll think, wow, we got to do that.
Yep.
So,
and we have.
And by the way, we just had this floor put down.
Yes, this is the new floor.
This is hickory.
This is the one that we came here for, this little trip, because it wasn't exactly what we thought we were going to get. Whoa!
Go ahead, Mrs. Small, take it away.
Well, the color, where's the, do we have?
The samples.
I don't know where the sample is, but we chose a color called charcoal. And it's a dark brown, I would say. There's no red in it at all, and I didn't want a red. So the floor doesn't really match completely the sample. It's hickory wood. We realize that hickory wood has different tones to it. You know, like you'll have light spots and dark spots, and we're aware because our kitchen cabinets and our floor upstairs are all hickory. So we're familiar with that.
And if you look at the cabinets in the kitchen, we had them in, I'll just call it a grayish. It's a combination gray and
it's a vintage gray Minwax color.
And even though they're hickory, and even though you'll see shading from dark to light,
it's still overall the same color.
Yeah, it's consistent.
Whereas in here, it's not really consistent at all. And you have the dark browns and even some black with the lighter brown and lighter gray. It looks like a calico cat to me, in a way.
Yeah, you have quite a mixture. Like this board here is quite a bit lighter than the one next to it. In the brown family, basically, and the one next to it is in the gray family. So we weren't sure, maybe we're still not sure exactly what to do next about that, but we're going to look into it and talk to some people that know their stuff.
Well, we did talk to Paul Weaver today, and he was just as baffled as we were. Yeah. So basically what he does is he mills the wood and then he has it sent over in his shop to the girls that help him, and they do the staining. They have no idea what color it's supposed to be. He just tells them this is the color, and they use that color, and they really had no idea. So they just were doing what they were supposed to do. So when this wood was installed by Daniel, his brother, of course Daniel didn't know either because he's the installer. And so, you know, it just kind of happened. So we're not sure what we're going to do, but like Rich said, we're going to talk to some people and see if there's anything. Like, what I don't want to happen is we resand everything and the same thing happens again. We don't want to do that. So,
exactly.
So we don't know.
That will be forthcoming.
Yes.
Let's go into the next room here. All right, so we told you about the enclosed porch. which we never had before. And all we knew, well, Lisa and I went to a restaurant in Bucks County at the Buck Hotel, an inn. And they had a room outside of the building, an enclosed porch, but it was all windows. And that was another inspiration for us.
It was all glass.
It was all glass, floor to ceiling. Mm-hmm. But the view was, even though there's a street next to it, the view was really nice because it was so open and so pretty inside with a slate, not a slate floor, but like I think a porcelain tile floor with large tiles. Everything was done really tastefully, and we were very, very impressed with that. So it was like, wow, we could do that on our enclosed porch. Whoa, right? So this is our version of it. Come on in.
Here's our floor.
There's your transition. You really can't see much of the floor.
Yeah, because...
But these are large porcelain tiles.
They're 24 by 24.
Yeah, and it's the biggest tiles we ever bought, and
yes.
we got them on sale. So.
And see, here's a little tip. Floor and Decor is where we bought these. The new Floor and Decor in Springfield is coming, and I don't think it's open yet. I don't know when it's opening, but we went to the one in King of Prussia, or Devon, and I just happened to be there because I was returning some tile, and I saw this tile, and it was like next to nothing. It was so cheap. I called Rich. I said, we need to get this. So we bought it, and then we came back and picked it up later and got it for such a great price.
So a reward for putting up with us in this video for all these minutes is that the next time we do this video, everything will be finished, clean. We'll have all the baseboard up. It'll be...
Yeah, and all the lighting. So the lighting's not done yet.
Right. But see, this is what we've done in here. We wanted it to be bright and airy, which is exactly what it is. And we also wanted to be rustic, and we found this siding, not siding.
Nickel gap.
Yeah, the nickel gap, which is what we decided to put on the walls, and it gives it a rustic look and feel.
Yeah, so we have lights next to the, or side lights next to the door. And Joe did a really nice job with that. So this is the nickel gap that we have. This stuff is not cheap. It is very expensive, but we wanted to do something different.
Yes, we're really pleased with it though.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So these two, I can't, it's hard to get that shot.
This is window trim.
This is for these windows back here, and right in the middle.
Let me just show you the trim real quick.
Yes.
These are handmade by Josie Miller, and he
Who
measures
did all
the
of the
windows
trim
before he makes them, and makes each one of these custom made for the windows, so they fit right in. They just nailed up. They just
pop in, and Joe nails them in. So right in between here, we have a fireplace. It's going to be electric fireplace, and we're going to have...
Electric fireplace.
Yep. And we're going to have some kind of a stone. I don't know if the stone's going to go all the way up, or, just have we're definitely going to have a mantle, so that would look really nice. Mm-hmm. And I want to have some kind of a window seat underneath the windows here that will come out a little bit, maybe have some cushions, so... if somebody wants to sit there or kids want to read a book. So that'll be on either side.
The other decision we had to make about this room is, because it's part of the house now, part of the square footage, is we had to make sure that we had heating and air conditioning available vents. So we had those done by our HVAC guy, Clayton. So it's ready for the heat, and when we get the AC unit installed, yes. This entire house, including this room, will be climate controlled.
Yes.
So we're pretty happy about that.
What was the other thing I was going to say?
You love me?
Yes. So we have a sconce going here, but it looks like Joe covered it up. It's
a game that the Amish play called Find the Wire.
Yeah, because they drywalled the ceiling in here and covered up all the wire holes, and somehow they were able to
like
find,
that game.
They had to rewire it.
Find the wire.
They had to rewire it. We just found out. And
oh, did we find that out?
Yeah, Scott told us.
Oh.
Right.
Okay.
So anyway, okay. So that's the downstairs part, except for the kitchen. So I'll let you do the kitchen. Okay. So here we go.
All right, people.
This, I love this. Joe loves this too. Just, it's so pretty.
So we had him trim this out, which matches the windows. Mm-hmm. And I don't know about you, but this is one of my hot buttons.
See, everything matches. All
the makes the house.
All the trim matches.
Trim can make a room.
Yep, even the bathroom trim.
Trim could ruin a room if it's not done right.
Yes. So here we go. Now, of course, things are messy, so overlook the mess.
Right. Nothing's in place yet, but I do want to show you my new favorite room in the entire house.
Oh, yeah.
It's called the mud room. And I'll just put it this way. When I was talking to Joe, the contractor, a little earlier today, he goes... He said, I said, Joe, I'm so happy with this room. It couldn't have come out better, right? He goes, yeah, it's a room that you didn't want to used to go into, but now you do. So,
oh, my goodness.
Anyway. So here we are.
Shop vac and all.
We had him redo the walls. The windows were actually lower, and they weren't they weren't rightly placed at all. So we had him change the window. Well, they're new windows, but we had him change the placement. They're up higher. Of course, again, Josie built the trim for the windows as well. We had the walls redone and repainted. This door right here, you see this angle up here? Well, this door used to match that angle. So he had to cut this door, reframe it, build a new jamb around here. And then the next challenge was that the porch floor is higher than this floor, and we didn't want to step down because we didn't want this.
Yeah, we didn't want somebody
So Joe
falling.
suggested one of his many great ideas that we...
I don't know if that was Joe's idea. I think that was my idea.
You know what? It probably was Lisa's idea.
I think it was.
So we ended up putting...
But if it's not, we'll correct it.
Yeah. We'll put it in the credits later on. But anyway, so you see he had to build a ramp here.
You can see it from there.
So when you come in the door, it's more natural that you just walk down.
Yeah, there's still a little lip there.
But it's not something...
But that's fine.
This is,
Yeah, you need to have
it's almost invisible. It kind of blends in.
It does.
We didn't expect
great.
that. That was a nice surprise.
It really came out well.
So being that we're going to do an Airbnb in this house and we are out in the country, we do anticipate at some point hunters or fishermen or outdoors people will be coming in here, and they're not going to be clean when they get back home. This is the room to come into. We're going to have hooks and cabinets.
Yeah, we're going to have on this wall, we're going to have probably a whole wall of like the coat tree thing with the bench, so they can hang up their stuff and take off their boots and their muddy shoes.
And they can walk into the house guilt-free.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about messing up the house.
Right.
This is the room to mess up. It's easy to clean.
And this is really neat too. We have a little incline over there, and that's going to be just a piece of glass. It used to be one that opened, but we never opened it, so it's just going to be stationary.
But it gives it a different look. It's like an old-fashioned thing. I remember.
We didn't want to cover it up.
In grade school, every door had a window above it like that, and they used to do that. That was their version of climate control back in the day.
Yep. So how about this little nook and cranny thing here?
Yeah. So this is an interesting thing. This is where we get left love notes from our contractor. This is what he has to finish, but we asked them to design a space. I found this at a flea market, so people could put their phones in here to charge. So
we're going to have Scott put.
We're going to wire up some chargers.
It's going to be a charging station there, and then right here we'll have hooks for keys, so you can hang up your keys when you come in.
Yeah.
So it'll be a little
We're
section
trying to think
there.
of the little details.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to let Lisa explain the kitchen because this was her passion.
Okay. All right. So I love the kitchen. I love this right here. This is such a good place to have conversations while you're getting food ready. And we did this for years. It's so we have the chairs over there. They're a little high, so Rich has to figure that out, maybe cut the legs down. So we have a little area right here. We're going to have 3 stools. We're going to have a couple pendant lights hanging. And we have 2 Lazy Susans in the corner, dishwasher. We got the farmhouse sink that we love, and our farmhouse faucet. By the way, watch this. Okay, first of all, this is on the wrong side. This should be on this side because this is hot water and the hot water should be in the back. But watch what happens when I turn on the cold water. Okay, so.
Well, we had some work being done.
It wasn't by Joe or Scott. We had somebody else do this who we did have some issues with their work, and we had to have Scott and Joe come and redo. They had to redo some of the stuff. So
why don't you talk about the cabinets?
the dish? I want to talk about this.
Okay.
The garbage disposal. I don't like garbage disposals because they do scare me a little bit, and I'm not afraid of much. Lightning and garbage disposals. However, this garbage disposal is very safe. The food goes in. You can put the water in. Look, there's no light, there's no switch. There's no need. There's not one under here. There's no need for a switch because this magnetic, whatever you call this, goes in. You turn it. It goes on. The water can still go in. You take it out and you're done. That's it. So it can't go on unless you have this in right. Now this can be put in, but it's not going to go on unless it's in a certain way and you put it in there that way.
We just wanted to make absolutely sure no children could be harmed.
Yeah, and it's either that or not have a garbage disposal.
So if you're not aware of that, that's
it's an InSinkErator.
InSinkErator. I forget the model, but you can look it up easily enough.
I forget.
And then it's,
So we had the cabinets made by Josie Miller, and we made them tall. So we also had the trim that also sort of matches the rest of our trim to go all the way up to the ceiling, so we don't have to worry about any dust getting up on top of the cabinets. So we have that. We have our new stove and oven made by Whirlpool. We bought these separately. This is a Whirlpool microwave, which we don't use a microwave personally, but we figured there's going to be people that coming here that will want to have a microwave. So it serves 2 purposes, obviously, because it has the light, it has the fan. So, we have the best of both worlds there. And these match. So if you see this, and they're both Whirlpool, we were like, what are the chances? But we bought them at different times. We didn't even realize it, so we like that. So here's another favorite thing of mine that we did at our house at home. There's water. So this is our trash can bin, and this is our recycle bin. And they just close right up in there. Now, of course, I have to get the door pulls and the drawer pulls, but we haven't done that yet. And then over here we have our pantry cabinet. So up here, it's just going to be shelves, right? So we just have the shelves that are going to go in there, which aren't in there yet. And then here, we have the pull-out shelves on both sides. What happened here? Uh-oh. What is that?
It'll come off.
Okay. So that's what we have there, and love that. However, so for the third time, we have to have Josie and Joe move the cabinet over, either, I don't know, that way, probably, maybe this way. We'll tell them to move it over this way because the refrigerator doesn't fit. So that's the refrigerator we got. It's not brand new. It's secondhand. We got it at Big Don Edwards. We get a lot of appliances at Big Don Edwards because he has some good stuff. And it's really nice. I'll just show you real quick. Very clean inside, and has a water filter so we can drink filtered water from it. And it has this pull-out thing. It does have an ice maker somewhere. I'm not sure. Oh, here it is. So the ice, I guess, goes in there. We have to hook that up. But it's really nice. And we paid $400 for it. It's a $2,300 refrigerator, freezer. So over here, this is an empty space that we weren't sure what we were going to do with. We were going to have some what do they call that? Like built-in drawers or something like that. But I decided that I just wanted to have a small cabinet. So it'll go like, I don't know, 12 inches this way. We'll have a cabinet underneath. And then a countertop to match. And then up there, maybe I'm thinking shelves. I'm not completely sure. And maybe we'll just have the trim going at the top, so it'll come around and then just go straight and, somehow
finish things off.
Yeah, kind of finish things off. So
yeah,
that's the plan, and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's the kitchen.
So that's it. That's it. We'll just do the downstairs.
Okay.
We've done the upstairs, I think, before, did we?
Yeah,
we did. So we're just going to do this. And then the floor, of course, the floor is filthy again. But Rich got on his hands and knees the last time and scrubbed them with those Mr. Clean, those white spongy things, because they were really in bad shape.
Oh, by the way, just about the countertop real quick. We knew that we wanted...
oh, I love the countertops, yes.
We knew that we wanted a quartz countertop. And then you'll find, if you do look for countertops, and you look for quartz in particular, because we think this will wear the best from what we've heard. It's less prone to chipping and staining than granite, for example. That is the question of, of the design. So this was Calcutta
Lasso.
That was the name of it, but it turns out that different companies have this type of design, have that Calcutta Lasso design, or Laza, one company calls it.
Yeah, they have different.
That
I love
has these types of veins in it.
Yeah,
the
I
bigger
love
veins,
these
which is
thick
what we
veins.
wanted. Well, long story short, we had thought, maybe you think the same thing. If you're going to buy a countertop, go to a place that sells countertops and try to, get your best price. So we called a place that we dealt with before locally, but we're not local. So we wanted to see samples of countertops, so we went to places back near home. And long story short, we did find this design, which is what we wanted. And then it ended up being a company called MSI. Well, we live in Delaware County. MSI is from Hatboro, which is Montgomery County, probably about 40 minutes away. So they actually are the distributor of these countertops. So I looked in their website, and I'm thinking, well, maybe there's a local MSI distributor around us, not just the company out here that we're dealing with, that we got a price quote from, by the way. And sure enough, I look on there, and it says Home Depot, and I'm thinking, Home Depot? Home Depot has MSI? It was like a complete surprise, because we had assumed all along, if you want top line stuff, not that this is top line, we'll call this medium line. Top line stuff, it's the stuff that you have to break into your retirement fund to pay for. But this is good. And we figured that we had to go to a countertop place. Well, sure enough, I called Home Depot out here to see if they had it available. The answer was yes. I had done some calculations, and essentially every square foot was going to cost us about $132 at the price quote that we had. That was installed, which came to about $5,700. And we didn't want to pay. I just didn't, we had bought a countertop a couple years ago at our primary home that was nowhere near that price. So anyway.
Although we don't like it as much as this.
Yeah, that's for sure. So long story short, I called Home Depot, gave them the product name, the Lazo, the MSI. Yes, we can get that. And I said, how much would that be per square foot? She said, hold on, let me look it up. Oh, well, we have it on sale for a few more days, and you could have it for $79 a square foot. I said, sold. Okay, you just saved us over $2,000 in one conversation. And this is the countertop. So I'm sharing that with you just to let you know that shop around the big box stores first.
Yeah, and not that we want to take business away or anything, but when you're on a budget and everything has cost us so much money because of COVID.
Yeah, prices really, materials, everybody knows about materials going up, and we experienced it firsthand with lumber doubling.
Triple. Yeah. And, that's partly why this project is taking so long, because it's been so expensive.
So, we've learned a few things along the way. I just wanted to share that little tidbit with you. So if you're in the market for a countertop, I'm not saying the big box store is the answer. I'm just saying it might be one of your answers.
Because if it wasn't on sale, it might not be,
Exactly.
It might be the same price. So if it's on sale, then that's great. If not, then you're probably going to pay the same price as if you would like a boutique place. So,
I'm not going to name the dealer that we were dealing with, but
we loved her, and she was great.
Terrific.
And we felt bad that we couldn't, do business with her with
and
this.
And I did call her, and I said, this is what they're offering. She goes, I can't even touch that. I think she was like, I don't even know how they did that.
I think it was an email.
But maybe because it's Home Depot, who knows? But,
yeah.
Just shop around, and maybe that'll help you in the future. And
yep.
You're always trying to keep costs down naturally. Listen, thank you for sharing all this time with us, and maybe you fell asleep during half of it. But if you have any questions, contact us. You will have our contact information, either email or phone number. And then if you have any suggestions, like I said before, we are all ears.
Yes.
We want to, we want to take advantage of what you may know that we don't realize, and that's why we're doing this, because we want to share with you, and so you can benefit from some of our experiences. So again, thank you for spending time with us, and we do hope we hear from you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to post this somehow, probably on YouTube, and then we'll just post it on Facebook, and get it out there that way. So this is part 3. Is it part 3 or part 4?
Part 3.
Part 3 of our Dayton house. We haven't done this in so long, so we're really behind, and that's why this is so long. So sorry.
But the next video is going to be, this will be finished, and all the trim will be up, and the refrigerator, everything will be in its place, and it's more or less just trying to show you the finished product. We're really, really excited. We're really happy with the results, and our goal is to not only, we want to Airbnb the property so other people can enjoy this beautiful property, and then black out the days for us and our family to come up here. So you can see that it's a labor of love.
Yeah, and there's so many people to thank for this. Like, Rob and Tammy, they have been so instrumental in helping us and taking pictures and sending them to us.
Yeah. They're quasi-property managers. They live up the street, and they tell us what's going on with our property. But they're great, and they step in and do things at times we wouldn't even know that they did.
Yeah. Scott Davis and his wife Brenda.
Scott's our electrician.
Yep.
He's our Amish watcher.
Who's they're all friends of ours now. So now they're just great friends, and Joe Coons, of course.
And his family, extended
and his family. They've all been here helping out.
They built his house, basically.
And then today we just met Owen. Oh my gosh, we love Owen. He's just a wonderful Amish man too.
Yes.
Jonas and Mervyn stopped by today while we were all having lunch at the table, and so that was neat. So they came in, they helped us figure out some things with the floor, the living room floor. Lisa at Phoenix and Granite, we did get our countertop from there with the sinks up for the vanity upstairs. And,
terrific to work with her.
Yes, and Josie Miller, who did our cabinets here, he did our vanity upstairs, and he's doing our little tiny vanity down in the powder room. Broch's Lumber, Brett
Kevin,
and Julie. I mean, they have been so great. Gosh, there's so many. I can't even think right now, but we'll have a list, and hopefully they'll all be able to attend our grand opening when we have it, because we're going to have a big,
And you can come too.
Big party. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's it for now, huh?
Yeah, and on the way home, we'll do a video about the great room, because that's another whole thing.
Yep.
So, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
Thanks
guys.
for watching.
Over and out. Thanks for spending time with us.
God bless.
Bye.
Bye.